Okay. Speaking of good points, hello and welcome to episode 37 of the Modern Day Morons podcast. We're your hosts, Liam,
Braden,
Piano Man.
it's not your name.
Is there a way for me to change my name? No,
Yeah,
it's not.
definitely is.
I mean, yeah, I think you have to do it when you jump in the room.
Yeah, I'd have to back out though.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got Jamie on it.
Thank you, Jamie.
Jamie, pull that shit up.
Okay, so we're joined by Piano Man. How are you guys doing tonight? 8 o'clock on a Sunday.
Fucking tired, dude. I'm ready for the big sleep.
Me too.
Brayden, you're froze. You're fucking with your camera.
Braden got the big sleep. Oh,
Okay.
There he goes. That's it. He's like, yeah, I am ready, actually. Time to go.
That would be depressing. Oh, Brayden's back. Is he still He's still frozen.
Really?
No, he's not. I can see him.
Oh, you're a bastard. I looked. I got the Twitch.
Wait.
The Twitch.
Yeah, no, that's the setup. Okay. Yeah, so starting off, I bought this on Friday, but it came on today. So that's pretty nice.
Nice. How are you liking it?
Pretty good. Which VR do you have?
Same one.
Oh yeah, the Quest 2. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Pretty fun.
I'm a slut for Beat Saber, so.
Did you buy the link cable?
Yes, I have a fucking
The $100 USB-C cable.
I didn't buy theirs. I just bought one for like $25. That was like 30 feet or 20 feet or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't about to drop a hundo on the official one. But yeah, got that shit. That VR takes a fucking minute to set up because you have to download all the games you want on your computer. Steam VR. You have to set up Windows like VR Manager, and you have to download the Oculus app. And then you have to like change settings both like on the screen and like in your VR. But we got it all working eventually.
Nice. How's
Oh,
sorry, go Jake.
I don't know. I was just gonna say, yeah, it's a good time. It's a pain in the ass to set up, but it is worth playing.
Yeah, I do enjoy, and it's a bit more active than just playing like Lost Ark or some MMO grindy game. But I do love Beat Saber, so I'm gonna try to get very proficient at the rhythm game.
For sure.
Liam's gonna be jacked in like 2 months from just playing Beat Saber in every moment of free time that he gets.
Yeah, like I don't even eat in my free time. I just play Beat Saber.
You just log into the metaverse and play Beat Saber.
There is actually a really, really sick boxing game. I really like it, at least, called Thrill of the Fight. I would recommend
Oh, I
it,
saw that
Liam.
advertised. I wanted a boxing game, so I might have to because that would be
The
fun.
Thrill of the Fight, it's like $11. It's not very long. Like, I've beat every boxer in 4 hours, though I am a god gamer. So, they didn't even know what hit them. But like, it is pretty hard, apparently, for the other people I had play it. They kind of sucked, but
Okay.
I did pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I just the first 2 games I bought going into it was Beat Saber and then Pavlov, because I do like me some shooting
I haven't
games.
bought Pavlov yet.
Yeah, it seems a little clunky, but it's got appeal. I haven't played it yet at all because I've just been on the Beat Saber grind. Because I just got the VR at like 4 o'clock today, and pretty much just been doing that since before the cast.
I think my next game I buy will be Blade and Sorcery. Apparently, that's just basically one of the best VR games
Oh yeah,
to ever exist. It's 96% positive reviews for a VR game is astounding.
Hell yeah.
And there's almost 27,000 reviews. So
Jesus.
it's probably a good bet.
And like mods for Beat Saber, I was told buy it on the Steam store, not the Oculus store, because it's like impossible to mod on the Oculus store. I'm like, man, I hope it's easy to mod on the Steam thing. And I just download a client on the Steam thing, and then literally I would set up where I click one button on the website where I want the song, and it automatically downloads and is set up on Beat Saber.
Yeah. I haven't even tried to mod it yet.
Oh yeah, I think at one point I might have to do like the entire Shrek movie or something. I've seen people do that.
You should stream
Did you
that
find a
sometime,
YouTube
right?
video for it, Liam?
Yeah, I found like a 5-minute YouTube video, and it's literally you just download a mod client, and then it like locates it. You hit like install the mods. They have a default list, which I just installed, but they have a bunch of other ones you can skim through. And then you set it. There's another setting you change right quick. It's like 1-click download. And then when you're on Beast Saber, like the most popular site for custom maps, you click the cloud button, and it automatically downloads it to the right folder. And then as soon as you launch Beat Saber, that song's accessible. There's no dragging. There's no like uncompressing. It's just one click. So that was like the easiest part of the VR setup, which I thought would be the hardest part. So that was nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that's good. Good shit, man. Yeah, shout out VR. When are you doing the? When are we gonna do the fucking desert bus VR stream for Harvey and a Harvey only? No one else will watch that.
I did actually stream Desert Bus.
No.
Only for like, I streamed it on Discord. Actually, I didn't stream it on Twitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Twitch crashed and I couldn't stream that day when I was scheduled to. So it's like, all right, everybody, hop in Discord. Let's go. And I streamed Desert Bus and just drove around for like 30 minutes. And I was like, this is the worst time ever. And then I closed it and streamed Muck instead. Game was fucking sick.
That's fair.
Another game I'm actually super excited for. I didn't realize I had, but like I bought the EA pass like for $30, like whatever 8 months ago. We did all the EA games on Steam.
Yeah,
and they have Star Wars Squadrons. And I think that's gonna be really sick.
Yeah,
in VR.
that is VR capability. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, just fly around in a spaceship and shit.
There's also I've always wanted to try those like the Skyrim VR. I hear it's kind of shitty, but like I think it would still be fun. Same thing with the Hitman one. I hear that one's like actually garbage though.
I want everyone, like all our friends, to get a VR just so we can start a Minecraft VR world, because that shit would be actually so sick.
It would be pretty fun.
I didn't even know fucking Minecraft VR was a thing, to be honest.
It is. I haven't looked that much into it. Minecraft's like so much more complicated now than it was before, because it's only accessible to one of the versions, and I think it's the Windows version, not the fucking Bedrock edition or whatever. So I don't know if I'd have to buy another copy of my. I'm not that. I got like lots of shit on my VR plate because I'm about to be an absolute menace in a VR chat.
Right. Of course.
Liam gets banned off of VR chat any percent speed run.
Honestly, it'll happen so soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Liam's gonna break into someone's personal bubble, and then all hell will break loose.
Yeah.
Great.
Although I don't like how like Ready Player One it feels when it's like you start in and then it's like, hey, build yourself like your dream house with all your furniture and shit. I'm like, oh, this is kind of terrifying. And this is still, I can tell like the VR is really good, but I can still tell where it's like this is like still a very primitive state of like VR. Like 10 or 20 years from now, it's gonna be like way more immersive and way more like. And then it's gonna be like it's gonna start to get hard to tell. Like,
well, if you think about it, it's like 25 years ago we had the Virtual Boy, and look where we are now.
Yeah, I feel like in 5 years VR will be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like it's already pretty cool, but there is certainly still issues with it.
Like I remember when I was growing up, it was like one of the cool tech things. One of the only cool tech things we had was Andrew found it was like an old primitive ass VR headset, and it's not even VR. It was just like two shitty screens that connected up to a PS2. And I remember playing the Spider-Man 1 game on that, and you like didn't head track or anything, so you just got instantly motion sick. But like, oh boy, just thinking about how far it's got is crazy.
This was sick for like 30 seconds till I had to move.
Yeah. That was only like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Now.
Like VR right now is at like the SNES stage. Like the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo already came out. The NES already came out. That was like the Rift one and like the Samsung Gear and all that stuff. And this is like the SNES, but it's like
this is like the second evolution of a video game console. This is like the Xbox 360, maybe, of the Xbox, and they're already 3 Xboxes ahead at this rate.
Yeah, like it's got a lot.
Definitely a better analogy. You're right.
You know, maybe I'm gonna sound like an old fart here though, but I do think VR getting better is terrifying. I don't think that's a good thing. I feel like that's not like in a I don't know we're gonna control us through VR way. I just mean like for the development of like kids. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I see what you mean. Like if we get like fucking, if there's at one point like a Modern Warfare 2 on VR, like because I played the fuck out of Modern Warfare 2. If there's an equivalent for that for new kids, but on VR, in person shooting people, like video games do not make people more likely to shoot up schools. Like I know
No,
that was,
God, no.
but a VR video game where you shoot people, there could be more argument for that for sure.
Like, I'm not even so worried about that. I think kids will always know it's a game, but I think the
I
worrying
agree.
thing is like, it's more so the fact that, you know, especially with the way COVID's kind of affected seeing people in real life, you know what I mean? I just like, there's a large swath of people already kind of like going on VR chat for maybe a little too long. And then, you know what, I just like spending their time there and making friends there. And it's like, that's good that people have the option to connect that way, but it's also just scary.
I have a few friends on my Steam list with thousands of hours in VR chat.
That's what I'm talking. Like that is not.
There's gonna be like less reason than ever to like go outside and socialize and develop.
I think that's terrifying. I don't think that's a good thing. It's like we for thousands of years we're just, you know what I mean? You had the people around you, and that was about it. And now it's like I can hop on VR chat and hang out with a guy in Ukraine as this fucking, you know what I mean? The city gets shelled. Like,
Brandon, this is starting to feel a lot like the second chat of Father John Misty's pure comedy.
betting Taylor Swift every night inside the Oculus Rift. You know what I'm saying?
That's a very niche FJM reference.
Yeah, I knew you'd get it though.
I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
That's
That's
literally. I just said the lyrics from the song I was talking about.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite album. Shout out Father John Misty. He's actually releasing a new album. It comes out April or May. I think April, late April.
As well, yeah.
But and the new album is actually named, believe this or not, Chloe, and it has 2 dots over the E. Dead ass. Not joking. That's the name. So gotta get
term you're looking for is umlauts.
Umlauts. For some reason, that word reminds me of the word kumquat. That's just the word association. I just thought kumquat. But do you guys want a random fun fact?
Yeah, please.
Avocados are a fruit. They're technically a berry.
I mean, I guess it's the pit is a seed, right? There's a big fucking seed.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't like that.
They're
I don't
known
like
as
that
a
thought.
single-seeded berry.
Interesting.
By the way, Liam,
I see. Of all the things, like I'm fine with you calling them a fruit, but it's like saying it's a berry is like it feels a little weird.
That feels worse than just a fruit.
Yeah. If you said it was a fruit, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I didn't think it was a vegetable, so I guess. But it like a raspberry and an avocado should not be in the same.
Well, do you know raspberry is
Classification.
not actually a berry?
I don't want to get into this right now, Liam.
want to explain yourself?
Oh, yeah, and Brandon just linked me. I forgot. Welcome to this segment. We do it every week. Bear of the Week. Bear of the Week is coming back.
Let's go.
Today's Bear of the Week is this guy who lights hand sanitizer and 7-Eleven hot dogs. Let me pull that up, Jamie.
Pull that shit up, Jamie.
This is our Bear of the Week.
Oh my goodness. He knows how to open. Hey! Stop!
It's friendly.
He's just chilling.
Get out!
She is not just chilling. He just wants ice cream, though. He looks so confused.
Bitch,
What's
shut
going
up.
on?
He's got such a handsome face.
He is.
That's it. I want to hug that bear.
What a good boy bear.
But yeah, that's our Bear of the Week this week.
Yeah.
Tune in next week. You don't want to miss that segment of Bear of the Week.
Certainly not.
I'd say we've run
That's
out of
the best
bears, but with the threat of nuclear winter coming any day, we might run out of wheats before we run out of bears.
Please. I've had enough.
Yeah, maybe we should just like restart. Oh, I forgot to change my Rick and Morty calendar over to March.
Don't worry, Mr. High IQ. My Spider-Man calendar's still in January.
Speaking of Rick and Morty, I actually there was a humble bundle. I don't know if it's still on, but there was a humble bundle that I picked up with VR games in it, and one of them was Trover Saves the Universe. I've only played about an hour so far, but pretty neat game.
Do you know another game I heard a lot of good things about? Well, obviously Half-Life Alyx, which I haven't played yet, but everyone's like saying that's the top. But another one was called Arizona Sunshine.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that one.
That was like one of the first VR games ever, and it looked great. Like I really wanted to get it, and I still don't have it, but it's definitely on my bucket list of VR games. I believe it's co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
I think it's Walking Dead, like Saints and Sinners, is like another zombie.
I've actually been seeing clips of that one on TikTok for whatever reason, and it looks sick. It looks really good.
It looks like, especially like the NPC interactions look like pretty.
I've
darn
seen people
solid.
like throwing knives and smoking zombies, and like that looks fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for when like game companies really start developing like VR games, but I'm still just like I'm happy with Beat Saber. Like if that's as far as VR went, I feel like that's like like you don't need VR to go further. Like you might want it, it might interest you what the capabilities are, but I feel like Beat Saber is just good enough. You just you swing swords, you act like you're a drummer. It's nice and fun.
I think for as long as like I don't know, I feel.
Let's do a podcast in VR. We'll just all get in VR chat and just podcast from in there.
We could probably set that up.
That probably would be more successful than this.
Okay.
The world's first VR podcast.
We only talk about like, NFTs,
and we could pull in
crypto.
special guests, just random fucking people. You pull them off the side of the street.
We like contact the first original Ugandan Knuckles.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Get an Oculus Quest, Braden.
I might just steal Ashland's old Rift.
That also works.
Yeah. But speaking of Rift, this next story is a friendship that was rifted apart over mayonnaise. What are your guys' thoughts on mayonnaise?
I hate it.
It's good in certain things. It has its uses, and it's overused.
Yeah.
Put it on a bagel belt. I'm cool with it. Anything else, get it the fuck out of my face. I don't like mayo.
I'm like, I was never a big fan of mayo, but I'm not a guy who's like, oh, there's mayo on this burger or mayo on the sandwich, I can't eat it. Like mayo is just kind of inoffensive to me unless there's too much mayo. And mayo is kind of like the base, but you did like the chipotle mayo, the sriracha mayo. You did like a good mayo aioli.
Oh, I agree. No, you like
mayo.
Sriracha mayo is fucking gas. But that's because the sriracha added in with the blandness of mayo. You know,
like that spicy mayo they put on sushi, I could drink that stuff.
No, I know, me too. Me too.
I love sushi so much. After the story, we should get into our top 3 foods because sushi's my top food. But anyway, Iowa man who killed friend after argument over mayonnaise sentenced to life in prison.
Damn, what side of the fence was he on?
He does not like mayonnaise enough that he would kill his best friend. So here's the gem. An Iowa man has been sentenced to life in prison for running over a friend with his car following a fight over mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise colored Benz, I push Miracle Whips.
Let's see. The two friends were eating and drinking at a bar, Moorhead, on December 17th, 2020, when he decided to put mayonnaise on Solberg's food. Solberg, who was not happy with the mayo being added, reacted by punching Earl Bacher, leading to a fist fight between the two. Later that night, after making threats to hurt Solberg and others, Earl Bacher spotted the victim outside a nearby cafe and ran him down with his truck. Earl Bacher's first blow to Solberg did not kill him. He can be heard screaming for his brother Craig Pryor, District Judge Greg Steensland wrote in his verdict. Rather than just leave, Earl Bacher went down the street, turned around, and came back to strike Solberg a second time to be sure he had completed the job. Earl Bacher drove his truck up and over Solberg one last time. So yeah,
I feel like it goes deeper than mayo.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
That's wow.
do you
What's
imagine
the
like
lesson
being?
to learn from that? Just don't put mayo on somebody's food.
Yeah, that could be like who doesn't? Can you just imagine that
don't
guy though?
add
Like
condiments to somebody else's dish.
he's like fucking like crippled on the ground, and he sees the truck headlights coming back, and he knows this was all over fucking mayonnaise.
Mhm.
He's about to die in the name of mayo.
Well, that's the thing.
Can
too,
you
that's what I
imagine
mean.
though? Like, go run that back like an hour before. Imagine you put mayo on somebody's food and they just fucking. They don't even say what. They just fucking. Just hook you. It's like, all right, dickhead. That's it. You put mayo on my plate. It's time to die.
I can't like I have to imagine here for my own sanity that this became like just some very rude screaming match between the two of them before it escalated to that, right? But again, like, what's the point in getting so mad over mayo? I truly don't I don't even like mayo, but
Would you run Liam over if Liam put mayo on your plate of food though?
yeah, but it wouldn't be for the mayo. It would be because Liam's an asshole. I'm just kidding.
Because I have an opportunity to get Liam. That's all.
Listen, here's what I'm saying, right? You're a hard working blue collar American who lives in Iowa. You work at the soybean facility. Iowa's #1 export in the United States. Okay. You work all day farming soybeans. You had to miss lunch because your soybean supervisor really cracked down. He said, we need more soybeans being produced out of this facility. So no lunch. And then you get to the bar. You're grieving about your troubles to a lovely bartender, and you order your favorite dish, nachos. And you have this big plate of nachos, and you're about to dig in, and then you see this guy named Earl Bacher, and this Earl Bacher guy just puts mayo on your nachos, and you end up with a little fisticuffs. And then when you go back to your nachos, not only are they covered in mayo, they're cold, unedible even. You eat a few, but you lost your appetite, and now you're pissed off. You get in your truck and you see that motherfucker at a cafe drinking coffee. Like, you didn't just ruin your day by putting mayo in your nachos. What else are you supposed to do?
I feel like you're on the wrong side of history here, pal. What do you think about what's going on in Europe, Liam?
I'm not saying you should kill someone if they put mayo on your nachos. I'm just saying perspective is changed, and you should see both sides to any narrative.
For sure. For sure.
But yes, I stand with Putin.
Wow. All right. Well,
Well,
I think that's all we have for today, folks.
No, actually, no. This is a good thing. This is how we gain a huge Russian following because we'll be one of the only Western sources allowed to be on TV right now.
I don't know if there's going to be much of Russia left to follow.
Yeah, they're trying to get in
starving over there.
Yeah, there's a strike today.
Poor guys. It's a terrible situation all around. Like, I feel bad for the Russian military because there are probably 2% of them who are informed about what's going on. Maybe more now, probably like 20%.
Mm-hmm.
But like going into it, it seems like nobody knew what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see the Ukrainians were releasing prisoners of war if they got picked up by their mothers?
No, I did not see that.
If the mothers came into Ukraine and picked up their sons, they were allowed to fucking leave. But then also there was talks about like ceasefires in certain areas to evacuate civilians, and then Russians just kept shelling those areas. So you don't love to see that.
Yeah, I've seen too much shit on TikTok and Twitter just about.
I mean to like use Twitter to kind of be a platform for my Twitch, and like I was actively posting on Twitter to like, you know, keep trying to I guess build my platform on Twitter, but I haven't in like 2 or 3 weeks because I don't even want to go on Twitter to like add to the nonsense of everything going on. Like, I don't want to just casually post on Twitter like it isn't where everybody's getting their news about the fucking war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to just like be like, oh yeah, but here I'm trying to grow my Twitch channel right now, by the way. Ignore that currently trending tab right there beside my tweet. It's like it's just, it feels. I know everybody uses Twitter, and like I know, well, not everybody, but I know Twitter is not only used to talk about news, but like it feels insensitive in some way to be just like doing my own thing while the sidebar is full of currently trending World War III, Jesus, Putin is a liar, like all this shit. Like just doesn't sit right with me. So I haven't been using Twitter for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's probably not a terrible thing. Twitter's kind of a cesspool at the best of times.
Yeah, I don't like really using Twitter anyways. I'm bad at using it, but like I normally do try. But not right now.
Speaking about the consequences of this conflict, have you guys seen the petrol prices recently? Went up 20 cents in 2 days. It's now currently 40 cents more a liter than it was this time last year.
Yeah,
Super
you
fun.
don't love to see it.
Love that.
I filled up my truck 2 weeks ago, and it cost me $150. If I were to fill it up today, it probably would cost me $170
Is the truck diesel or regular?
regular.
Okay.
100
no.
liters. 100 liters of gas.
That's
Yeah.
It hurts.
Shit do be expensive.
Yeah, I guess it would be 175. It's $1.74 a liter, right?
Yeah, I think around there. And diesel's up there too. Diesel's like $1.70 or something.
Remember when we hit like 87 cents in the early days of the pandemic?
Yeah.
I
It was great.
remember. The worst part
Apparently-
is I wasn't even fucking like driving then because we were all in lockdown anyway. So it's like
That's
I
why the
was
gas went down.
I still had to drive around. It was great for me because I still had to drive to Bedford every day for work.
yeah, it was just like sitting at home, getting paid to do nothing for a while. So,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
or not do nothing to make PowerPoints that were worthless.
that sounds great. It sounds
Awesome.
phenomenal.
Super fun thing to focus on too when it felt like the world was falling apart. But now it's funny that the world's falling apart more again, and I just want to go back to then.
The world's falling apart more, and everything costs a shit ton of money.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, gas plus inflation at the same time. That's a fun combo. And
Food's going up.
It's a
Fucking
combo
gas is going up.
breaker.
Housing's gone up. Like, what can you afford?
I
I
can
was going to
afford.
say something really dark there. Never mind.
That's what came to mind for me too. Even
Yeah.
even the cost of electricity went up.
Yeah, fuck. And this is we gotta be less depressing on this fucking pod. It's just like, yeah, it's getting harder to afford to live. Today's topic: crippling.
Today's topic: we're depressed.
Hey guys, welcome to the Modern Day Morons. Here's the bear of the week anyway, so the world's gonna end soon.
We should
We
just
are-
only talk about bears.
We are counting down the seconds. I've been carving it on my wall every day.
Liam, can we make our background the doomsday clock?
Dude, the doomsday clock is very close to midnight, which is
We're
not good.
110 seconds, and it has not been updated in a while because they only meet quarterly.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Can't wait till we're like less than a minute. That'll be
At
fun.
least mandates are lifting soon, so we can go out and
I gotta
party.
feel like mandates are gonna go, and then
Dude, I already know the clubs are going to be like ridiculously expensive now, as if they weren't already.
oh yeah, and it's gonna cost like $10 for a basic drink at the base price.
Yeah, which
Hey,
is
that's the floor now.
I actually have like 4 bottles of alcohol on my dresser. I don't really drink them, but I've like just been collecting them because I'm getting close to a bar because I have I have gin, tequila, rum, and whiskey.
Nice.
So if I get a little vodka there, then I could start mixing cocktails. But I don't really drink that much alcohol, so it's like kind of a waste, but it's there. The other night I was gaming with my friends like a week or two ago, and I had like a glass, a little smaller than this, but I poured like 2 shots tequila, 2 shots gin, and 2 shots rum, and it was probably like about this much liquid on the glass, probably a bit more. It was like 4 big like gulps, and boy, that just sit like I was surprised I didn't yak. It didn't taste terrible, but it just sat like a warm fucking stone in my stomach for like an hour.
I bet it did.
And
That's
then
a
you
lot
forgot
of
the rest of the
alcohol.
night.
Yeah.
I actually didn't think that like lasted off it, which was surprising. I was worried we were going to have another Liam discovers vodka at a party incident.
Can we tell that story? Have we ever told that story on the podcast?
We have told that story, and let me see. The episode was called "Drunken Debauchery."
Right. Yeah, we went over like just a bunch of old drunken stories that day. That was a funny podcast.
Time.
That's a good one.
3.
That was episode 6. Drunken
Damn.
Holy
Debauchery.
fuck.
Really?
31.
Yeah,
31 episodes ago.
We won't give too much away because we have the year anniversary coming in 2 weeks, but just we'll go over some. The podcast used to look a lot more primitive back in the day.
Mm-hmm. I used to record in my other office at my parents' house. That was fun. Jacob was in another apartment. Liam was in an apartment.
Yeah, I was in a. We've all moved since we started the podcast,
which is weird.
I still think one of my favorite episodes is Propaganda.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful.
That's not only when the Lion's Hungry quote, but that's also the whole 249 incident when we talk about like the violent protests
against Pepsi. Was it
against Pepsi? Yeah, and then the Pepsi military,
the Pepsi Death Squad.
Yeah, but
we really live in a hellhole.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, when Pepsi had it was like the 7th largest naval fleet in the world or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's time for another fun fact right quick. Did you know that...
I did not know that, actually. Wow, crazy. What a fact.
Okay. Did you know it's illegal to own just one guinea pig in Switzerland? Because they're very social.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Well, damn. Speaking of rodents, Bjorn died a few days ago, and he died exactly 2 weeks after Dimitri, which is kind of a storybook ending. So now that song I released, where it's got 2 gerbils, Bjorn and Dimitri, holds a little less true. But alas, they are in a better place.
You should move to Switzerland and get 2 guinea pigs.
Yeah, guinea pigs are louder, and they're also like surprisingly large. But yeah, it was weird. Like when I picked up Bjorn, he was like ice cold. Like I was surprised they got that cold. I thought I'd be a little like grossed out picking up a dead rodent, but it was pretty chill. He wasn't moving too much, so it was a vibe, I guess. But yeah, no, literally, I just
described that in like the weirdest way possible,
dude. I had literally just gotten home from work. It was like that day the weather was super shitty, so like me and Braden called it a bit early before the roads got real bad. And I hadn't eaten lunch. I made myself a plate of noodles. I set it down, and I'm just about to like turn on Peaky Blinders, and I just hear my phone go off. And my mom goes, "I think Bjorn just died." I'm like, and also keep in mind I just like hit a blinker on my dab pen, so I was just like toasty. And I'm like, and I'm like, fuck. So then I go upstairs and like take care of Bjorn, and it was kind of depressing. But yeah. What can you do? I mean, they're only supposed to live 2 years, and they got like 2.5, so I'll take it. And also, too, I'm not happy Bjorn died, but he was very depressed after Dimitri passed there, so it's probably better. I still think the saddest was when we had 2 parakeets, and they used to sing to each other all the time.
Oh,
and like, if they could see each other, one would call out, and then the other would respond. And then one of them died, and for a full day, the other parakeet was just calling out, waiting for a response, and never got one until the calls got more infrequent and quieter, and then the bird just didn't talk for like 3 days. That part was kind of depressing, but yeah. And I thought I had kind of weird how we just have pets as animals.
Mm-hmm. They're just like us, for real.
Yeah, they're just these little fucking creatures that otherwise would have lived out in the woods or wherever. You just kind of like take them. You're like, yeah, you're gonna stay with me now in this little box, depending on the creature. And that's just that. What are they going to do?
I mean, compared to the outside, even a massive Putin mansion is a little box.
That's true.
We are, I don't know if I told you guys, we are getting a dog soon.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, my mom wants a dog because, well, my sister's moving out soon for school, and I'll probably be ideally not here for too much longer. So they're in, I forgot one. It's one, she knows like a puppy breed or whatever that you have to pay money. It's very much a puppy mill puppy. Just like hypoallergenic. It might be like a golden doodle or something. But she said I get to name it, and she's kind of unhappy with the name I've chosen.
What'd you name it?
I think Apollo.
Apollo?
That's a sick dog name.
That's not even I thought it was going to be like something stupid.
Like fucking hot
Dick
dog.
Slayer the Fourth, but like no.
Should name it
Apollo's
Adonis. Adonis is cooler than Apollo.
Adonis. Adonis, agree with you.
Adonis. There you go.
Adonis.
That's the name.
Adonis. Big Dodgers.
Sick. I would never get a puppy. I shouldn't say I would never, but yeah, puppies are so much fucking work, dude. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh well, it's your parents' life. They do whatever the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what they say. Also, I still want to get that Big Chungus tattoo soon, so I might have to pull the trigger on that.
That's funny. I actually, sorry, not related to Big Chungus. I
It's
was
hard
actually
to
gonna.
segue from Chungus to Chungus.
I was actually gonna ask you guys if you had watched Peaky Blinders because I just watched the first episode of it.
Bro, I just started watching
the
it
other
this week.
I just started I watched the first episode like 2 days ago.
Yeah, because I heard the new season was coming out and people are hyped for it, and then I'm like, man, I don't want to get into like this massive show, but I'm like, oh shit, it's like 5 seasons, 6 episodes a piece. I'm like, that's totally like consumable. So I'm like halfway through season 1 right now, and it's I like the style of that show a lot. It's got like a nice style to it.
Have you watched it, Braden?
I started watching it with Brad like when it was coming out, early days. Brad's my pops. Anyway, he like I for some reason I think he went to like Cape Breton and I wanted to like stay home and like hang out with the boys and smoke weed at the house. So they went away and then he ended up like watching the rest of the season without me, and I was just like, I don't want to catch up on this right now. So then like he finished off the show and I didn't. And then I had another chance, like literally within the last like 2 months, where some other people I know were watching the show, and I was invited to tag along, but also just schedules didn't really align. So like they'd start watching at like 11, and I'd be going to bed at like 11. So like I watched like an episode or two, and then kind of fucked off that one too. So I have not.
Once again, some other people are watching the show, so. You know what they say, third time's the charm.
I hope so. We'll see.
You could watch it in your own time if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Since you're probably not watching anime like you should be.
I'm not. It's true. I only have one weekly show now, too, since Euphoria ended last week. There's no Euphoria tonight. So
you could watch Peaky Blinders, and we could all go through it at the same time.
Peaky Blinders Book Club?
And then we can talk about it weekly.
Yeah, we can have a Peaky Blinders segment.
Okay.
So you better start watching.
We can call it the cheeky peaky, and then we can find the new name.
That'd be that'd be the entire first. Is just finding a new name.
Find a good rhyme.
But no, I really liked it so far. Just
I'll probably watch another episode tonight. I've been so fucking busy, dude. I hate it.
Do you just watch like the first one so far?
Yeah, I just finished the first episode Friday night, I think.
Okay. Brandon, do you remember the first episode at all?
Oh yeah, of course. It was like within the last like month or two that I watched the first episode.
Okay, so yeah, I remember watching it and being like, "Damn, fucking Thomas is cold," when he just like executed his friend with PTSD. I was like, this feels like it could be a fake out, but it seems so real. And then fucking Danny's just like, Danny.
Then it was a fake out. Crazy.
Yeah. Good fake out.
But yeah, no, I like that. Jacob, are you caught up on Attack on Titan? I haven't seen today's episode, but I haven't either. But you're caught up.
I think I'm caught up. Other than that, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty. I don't know how they're gonna finish everything. It feels like they're doing the Game of Thrones, where it's like they'd set themselves a cap of episodes before really plotting it out. Because I mean, I don't know, but from what my sister says, it's like they have a lot to cover in like the last like 5 episodes or 4 episodes or whatever's left.
It's possible they'll do a movie too, because they said this is the last season.
I swear to God, if
they could possibly do a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
I would go to that in the theater, but I feel like the theater crowd. I don't know. Attack on Titan's like the most. It's like the most Chad anime.
It's a very like mainstream show. I've heard about it from like not necessarily just you guys, but like I know other people who don't really watch much anime are like, yeah, I've seen Attack on Titan. So
it's definitely like one of the most palatable. Just because like
I think it's up there with Death Note in the sense of like normies watching it.
Like when I think
don't-
mainstream
I mean
anime, I think
normies,
those
as in
two,
people who
and
don't
then
watch
like
anime.
what's that Studio Ghibli films? I feel like those are also pretty. I haven't seen any Studio Ghibli yet.
How? How?
Ghibli Fox, dude. You gotta watch Ghibli.
I mean, like this is My Neighbor Totoro, and then
Totoro. Come on, man.
Totoro.
Totoro.
John,
And then,
my neighbor
Spirit
John
of the Wild.
Totoro.
But I mean, you know what they
Howl's
say.
Moving Castle's pretty sick.
I haven't seen that one.
Just saying.
Brad has another video he'd like us to watch.
This was back when we were on rodent topics.
Oh, okay. Well,
We don't necessarily have to watch it. I just thought it was a funny reference.
well,
point.
I mean, we may as well.
We're already here now. We're in the studio.
in the
Jamie, pull
stew.
that shit up.
This is titled "Rat Infested
Oh
Popeyes."
man, I
Shut
saw this
down.
video.
Is about to reveal something incredibly nasty at a Popeyes
Well, just
restaurant.
gonna
even when
step
he
to
turns
this.
on the lights.
Look, rats.
You can say that again. There they are, rats scurrying up the wall, one after another, disappearing.
There was a count performed on this
He
video,
finishes the
and it's
video
about,
with
it's
a
about like
question.
25 individual rats.
Chicken from Popeyes.
After the video went viral, the DC Department of Health inspected the
Jesus.
restaurant and closed it down, posting this sign: imminent health hazard to the public. The guy who shot.
So does
the
that mean they
video
should
says
close
he's
down
aware.
like almost every grocery store around here?
Yeah, we see like one of our grocery stores has literally just mice running around nonstop, and another one has
Yeah.
literal like birds like shitting in the bathroom.
Yeah, I've often
Ye-
seen mice. I forget which store it was. I mean, Costco had mice all the time. But there was, I think I saw one in the superstore at Sobeys recently too.
Wouldn't
I don't
surprise-
mind. I don't mind like rats. Like rats don't scare me necessarily. Like I know you don't want to get bit by a rat, but I don't like.
You also
Or
don't
same
want
with
them around
mice.
your food. That you
Well, yeah.
eat.
Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm not saying we should have rats in kitchens, but I'm like, if I saw like a rat or a mouse,
Hey,
I'm not gonna
hey,
be like,
don't you
"Ah!"
say that. Have you seen the documentary film Ratatouille?
Yeah, leave Remy out
That's
of
rat
this.
discrimination, my friend.
Yeah, but he wasn't touching the food. He was
True.
touching the hair.
No, he
of
was
the
touching
man.
hearts.
He
Are you
was.
proud? Are you proud of
He
yourself?
was.
Brett?
I am.
Well, you know what they
Good
say.
movie.
You know what they say.
Speaking of, what's everyone's top 3 foods?
I had sushi tonight. That was pretty good. That was quite nice.
Any food made by Remy and Ratatouille. Okay, I'm done with the bit now. Anyway, yeah, sushi's up there. I'd say.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Wow. Okay. Because my answer's that boring, right?
It was a big yawn.
That was a big yawn. Yeah, sushi's pretty solid. Pad Thai is really good, and I don't know. Circle back to me. I got to think of a third.
I think I have to go like sushi, nachos, and then maybe my third. I don't know, but maybe like a nice steak dinner with all the fits-ins.
I got it. I know it. My third would be a falafel wrap.
That's fucking stupid.
Go fuck yourself. They're delicious and
Gotcha
I mean,
there.
I'm sure it is, but to rank it third.
we had a
Uh,
pizza, and pizza makes me sick, so I had to go for the falafel.
I would say sushi, donair, or like Chinese food.
Chinese food does slap. I love all fucking Asian
Yeah,
food.
pretty much
even if
Asian
it's, like,
cuisine. Just in general, just Asian cuisine. And
Wow.
that's
Like-
the top 3 right there.
authentic or like Americanified.
If you haven't tried
Americanified. I feel like that's not. It's got to be something. It's got to be not that Americanized. Maybe.
That's probably it.
I want to give a quick shout out to a local restaurant here, just in case you guys haven't been there yet. But like Buddha Ramen, ooh,
Ramen's
yeah,
good.
Nagasaki
I do.
Champon, ooh, that shit's delicious.
Dude, I love ramen. I love sushi. I love Indian food slaps, Thai food slaps, Vietnamese slaps, Chinese slaps. It all
There's
just
an
really
Indian
slaps.
food place in downtown Halifax. I haven't been there in years, but when I went like 3 or 4 years ago, dude, they gave you like 4 cups of rice. Like it was. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to eat this?
Yeah.
Like, great bang for your buck. But it was genuinely like a mountain of rice, and there was chicken inside. Somewhere in buried underneath the bottom of the rice was like 3 chicken thighs. It was great.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Pretty much just any food, to be honest.
I just like eating food that's cooked well.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I started working out with one of my friends from school this week. He used to be a personal trainer, and he used to be into bodybuilding a bit. And dude, I've been sore all week. I worked out at this guy's house twice this week, and I've been like out of commission 2 days after.
Jesus.
He's a fucking monster. He's out of my league in terms of working out. But
I have
it's
like
rough.
only just started doing home workouts again recently. Honestly, like I just had to stop over the summer because I was so busy with work that I'd get home after like 15,000 steps every day, and I was just like, I don't want to work out now anymore. And then I just kind of like stopped for a little bit, and then like moving and everything like that, and keeping up with the job. And now I'm about to like go away next week, so like I want to, you know what I mean. So like the last couple weeks, I've been like slowly getting back into it, and yeah. It's just
hard. It's hard to get back into it.
But it's also like I it's so weird getting back into like a home workout routine instead of just like I'm gonna force myself to go to the gym. You know what I mean? Because like if you're at home, it's like I could hop down on the floor at any moment and push out like 25 push-ups and fucking get back up, keep going with my day, right? But I choose not to 99% of the time.
I won't do that. I certainly could. Nothing would stop me, but I won't do it.
It's like, no, I'll go fucking sit on my ass on the couch and fucking watch a movie or something instead.
Yeah, for sure. I went to, I told you guys about the prospect of the duplex, right?
Yeah.
So I went and checked out, I saw the duplex Friday night.
Yeah.
So basically it's in a condition where I'm willing to buy it. So we don't really have any solid number yet on it, but might be cooking up. You know what I mean?
Good shit.
Just
So,
cool. Just cool.
Brayden, when Jacob needs help moving this time, are you going to not go camping and then be unavailable when I pull up to your house?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to try my best to be available.
Yeah, Brayden, I'm outside in the minivan. What?
Dude,
Yeah,
that was funny. It was funny.
I was a 3-kilometer hike through pure woods in a teepee that we built at that point in time.
Reasonable. Very reasonable. It's a great excuse, honestly. Like
completely misplanned that week. For some reason, I thought it was Sunday that you were going, and it was fucking anyway.
And also, Brayden, the titter is Jake bought us mezza for lunch for helping him move. You could have got a falafel wrap.
Oh no!
You could have got a falafel wrap out of that.
But you probably had a good time camping, and we managed the move okay.
I don't think I've ever gotten into the camping story on here. Not that there's like anything crazy that happened, but as I said, we went to a teepee it had been built up about 4 years ago when Chess was in high school, and he built it up with another couple friends that he went out with at that point, and anyway,
all right over there, Liam.
So we had to get back over there, and we had to kind of set everything up and make sure that it was like not gonna fall apart in the middle of the night because it hadn't been touched for a couple years. And holy fuck. First of all, a lot of work to like chop down trees and put on extra, you know what I mean? Extra shit on the side of it to make sure that it's like fucking set. And then on top of that, after all that work and like trying to get the fire going and everything like that, I then had to build a bed out of sticks and like leaves and shit. And for whatever reason, maybe because I was tired and already really high because we were smoking a lot of weed. But I just decided to like half-ass the bed. One of the worst mistakes I've ever made in my entire life because
Well, you notoriously don't have back problems to be doing.
Yeah, no, it's not like my back is broken in 2 spots. Not at all. That didn't happen. So yeah, I ended up laying down on this bed and immediately it was like already like 1 o'clock by the time I go to bed. And I was like, this is a mistake. I fucked up. It's too late to go back out and forage for supplies to build this bed now. I'm going to get fucking mauled by a bear if I leave this tent or this teepee. And it's funny too, because Connor did a pretty good job. Chess had like an amazing bed set up. You know what I mean? Like his was like legitimately comfy. And then, yeah, I laid on mine and it was like fucking sticks poking into my back. And
Did you
and
have a sleeping bag or anything?
I had a sleeping bag at
Okay,
least.
at
Yeah, I
least.
wasn't like covering myself up in leaves or anything.
Nature boy Braden over here.
Yeah, but like it would have
Builds a
legit.
bed.
It would have been better if I just laid on the floor, on the ground with rocks. You know what I mean? As opposed to whatever the fuck I put together there, because then then Chess can tell you there's no word of a lie. It's probably 4 hours have passed at this point. It's about 5 a.m. Sun's still like about to come up soon. I have not slept a fucking wink. I've just sat there with like tears in my eyes from like how much pain I've been in the whole time. But I'm also so tired that I can't just like get up and you know what I mean, like kind of get back to it at all. Like I was wiped. So I was sitting there and I kind of like moved, and I was always moving, trying to like find a somewhat comfortable position. And then at one point, just one of the support logs that I had there just fucking broke under my weight, and I just like I just went. I just started just broke down at that point. I was like, this is the worst fucking night's sleep I've ever had. And I the next morning I woke up and I was so like woke up after maybe like 10 minutes of just like legitimately being passed out because I was that tired. And then I decided to smoke again in the morning because I was in so much pain. And then we also carried, for some reason, we took 248 cases of water and put that all into a water cooler bag and brought that. So on the walk over, that was about like easily 80 pounds in an awkward bag. And then on the walk back, we all had maybe 1 or 2 waters. So it was about 75 pounds on the walk back. And
yeah, why the fuck did you bring that much water?
That's a lot
for
of
3
water.
people
we were
for one night.
It was stupid. It was stupid. I was
24 pack
like,
would have been too much.
Yeah, it was like we needed maybe like two bottles each. You know what I mean? Get 2 individual
12
bottles,
pack would have been
or,
like
or a
perfect.
liter, or bring a liter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on the way back, I had to carry that, and I ended up leaving this hat I have on my head right now behind accidentally because they just like they wanted to leave earlier on, so like they got up and went. I'm like, fuck, I gotta take the fucking bag, and I got it. You know what I mean? And Chester's like, don't smoke. You know, you're gonna regret it. Don't smoke. He's like, it's gonna be a long walk back. I'm like, I need to, so I did, and then I regretted it. And then I had to carry the whole water thing back the whole way. And it's funny because like on the walk over, Connor carried it for some of the way, but holy fuck, it was like that was a long walk to freedom.
Yeah.
I also couldn't find my way out of the forest at first.
Wait, so they left without you? You were the only one left?
Yeah. Oh, I also
And they
accidentally
left
left
you-
garbage behind, and
They
when I
left
did
you
return to get
all
my
of the
hat
water in the bags.
and the garbage.
Classy. That sounds
yeah.
very helpful of them.
Well, yeah. I can't really blame Chess because I know he just wanted to get out of there, and he's like, "Don't smoke." And then, but Connor was the one who like was carrying the like the bag for half the time, right? So I figured he'd do his part, but he didn't. So, that was a fun night. I'm surprised I didn't just like drop the waters. You know what I mean? Thinking back on it, I probably should have, considering we just left garbage there anyway. But fuck, what a fun time that was.
Yeah, well, the move was all right while you were
Yeah.
struggling. So
You guys got your falafel and fucking chicken shawarma or whatever the fuck.
it was good.
I bet it
Good
was.
time.
I was drinking some water, and I think we had chips, and that was about it.
Yeah. Be nice to go camping at least once this summer, but we always say that, and then something fucking happens, and then life happens, and then summer's over.
We'll do it. Hold to that, Liam. Let's do it. I got a cot now too, so I don't have to make a shitty bed in case situation.
I think this summer, with any luck, I will be full-time streaming at least for like 2 or 3 months until I cannot feasibly do it anymore because I'm spending more than I'm earning.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you got to put in that extra work to make shit happen. You know what I mean? So I don't think 3 months of full-time streaming is going to negatively affect my stream, and it might just get me closer to actually being able to. Is the hope. I mean, maybe I'll be able to do it for more than 3 months if I actually can make money. But I figure 3 months I can safely do before I actually have to go like get a job, kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Because again, I might have a mortgage come the end of the year, kind of thing. If I do end up buying this duplex, so I need to make some money. That being said, though, if I'm full-time streaming, I should be able to squeeze, a night or two for camping whenever.
Yeah, no, we should. I'll try to get on that earlier. Like, obviously, we're still a few months out, but like, try to plan and then find a date that works for everyone. Probably a weekend.
Set up, yeah, as soon as
And we
possible.
can just like book a campsite or some shit. We can go to
Even
Dollar
just that
Lake.
hill on Lake Echo, dude.
Yeah, that
Or that hill on Lawrencetown, sorry.
Lawrencetown, there it is.
yeah,
Yeah,
that one slapped. Yeah, that last time we did the band, that was a fucking
have
photos
we
of
told
myself
that
from
story
that.
on the podcast?
Photos of myself from that night where I'm like, just I'm just very stupidly baked, and then I have like.
Stupidly.
Do you remember I like painted myself like black lipstick with the char of the hot
Charcoal.
dog?
Yeah.
I do. The char dog.
That was a weird like group of people because it was me, it was us three, and then moderator was there, Chess was there, Shay was there. Oh yeah, and then Tristan and some other people were there, but then they left. They didn't stay the night.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just like a weird assortment of people. But I like to even. I don't know if you guys remember last.
Have
It wasn't-
videos of the sausage.
It wasn't last summer, but it was a summer before where it was like like a few months after quarantine had started, and we all like did a little campfire socially distanced at that hill. We got the boys.
I
That was a
remember
good
that.
one.
But no, yeah, the last time we went, man, that was. Did we tell the story though of the Quebecois?
Oh,
I don't think so.
So that's a beautiful moment that we all shared that night. We were up camping on this hill, beautiful views, a little scary because in the middle of the night, I remember we all heard something outside the tent, and so Chess had to go.
Coyotes.
Yeah, some coyotes or foxes or something. Chess had to go out and be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" And they did get the fuck out of there, so it was all good. But we we wake up the next morning, and Tristan, our good dear friend Tristan, he wakes up and he's like, "Guys, are your people?" And Tristan is also known for being a little paranoid sometimes. So we were just like, "Yo, sure you do, Tristan." You know what I mean?
It's 6 in the morning.
We
There's,
do a little
of course,
troll.
there's not people here. It's 6 in the morning, Tristan.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Like,
Go to
"Shut up,
bed.
go back to bed, man." And like, it's probably an animal walking by the tent. It's okay. And he's like, "No, I hear people. They're talking." And I'm like, nobody believed him for a while. And then was it you, Jacob, that finally got up and looked out the window? Or no, then he got up and he looked out he like opened up the zipper a little bit and he looked out the window and he was like, "No, guys, there's definitely people. There's like 6 people there. There's like 6 people here. Oh my God." And mind you, this like for reference, Lawrencetown is a beach. So this is a hill, like a big, massive hill overlooking a beach. And I think, Jacob, was it you that got up next to like look out the window? Or
I think so.
Yeah.
Or I think we all just kind of like, we all were like, okay, well, let's listen then. And then sure enough, we heard like 6 fucking guys talking.
Yeah.
Like
And,
20 feet away from our tent.
And so, yeah, we kind of all quiet down for a second, like, oh, fuck. And anyway, then we just started hearing, "Oh, wow, les ondes, beautiful." And anyway, we look out. It's like 6 fucking French surfer dudes just like looking at the waves and talking about how cool the waves are. And then they just walked up there to take a look at the waves before going out for a surf. They did not give a single shit about the tent up there. They just walked on their way back, and then we packed our shit and got out of there. Oh no, not before another a father and son came by.
Yeah.
That was weird too, actually. Yeah.
That's the one downside about camping up there is the public traffic in the morning.
Well, like, because it's on a trail too, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
the way, but it's on a trail, and it's all like the top isn't part of the trail, but people go up there all the time.
Also, that little campfire we did during COVID that one time, that's when I almost it was right during wildfire season, like firewood was on the highest watch.
Yeah.
And like I had a piece of newspaper that was on fire that blew out of the fire into like a bush, like dry fucking tall grass.
Mhm.
And then Jacob had to like scale the side of this cliff to fucking retrieve that.
I do remember that.
And I'm like, guys, if we just get the fuck out of here. Be ready to get the fuck out of here. Because that would have like
Smokey the Bear would have been pissed if
that would have ignited like the hill. Because that was all like it was dry that summer and it was like that tall, like weedy, like tall grass that would have just like shout out JT prevented like a forest fire by the beach.
MGM podcast
Secured my place in heaven,
disaster.
right there.
Yeah,
Saved an entire ecosystem.
for real.
Well, speaking of ecosystems, Braden, I know you're going on a little business trip soon. When does that start and when does that end for our viewers at home?
So for the record, I'm going to be going down to California and Nevada for a good 11 days. It's starting March 11th through March 21st. So that means there's 2 podcasts where there's a good chance I will not be a regular appearance or a full episode appearance. I'm still going to try and make it on. We still have to figure out before I go. Like if I can get Streamlabs working on the phone, and if I can, then for sure, even if I'm out fucking doing whatever, I'll pop in for a couple minutes. It's the other thing is just for time reasons. Like if we could figure it out in a way where I'd definitely be home at the hotel at a certain point, then I'd join for the whole time. But unfortunately, there's a 4-hour difference, right? It's not exactly like an easy plan, especially I'm going to be busy as fuck. Sightseeing and shit. But yeah, so I'm going to try to make it on though, still kind of pop in, give some moral support. And I also know, so 2 weeks from now, Liam? So is that one of the podcasts that I won't be here for?
That's what I was just doing the mental math on. And
Yeah.
So we'll push that another week we'll push that to another week because that will also be our 40th episode then.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do our year anniversary on our 40th episode. Just keep it nice and simple.
Okay.
And have some special content and stuff planned for that. But nevertheless, we will be back next week with another banner of an episode. Thank you for spending your evenings with us, or whatever time you're watching it, as this will be uploaded Monday.
Let's hope Los Angeles doesn't get bombed while I'm there.
But let's hope nowhere gets bombed. We don't want anyone to get
bombing
bombed.
ends everywhere, and
no bombs. No bombs. Everybody stay good.
No bombs and good night. You heard it here first.